Welcome back to our channel, World of Coins. As you knew that old is gold, but these top Kennedy half-dollar coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. Who knows, a single coin could make you a millionaire overnight. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Kennedy half-dollar, specifically the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial version. This coin, often overlooked in many collections, holds an incredible potential value, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, it could be worth far more than you think. Stick around to the end, because we'll be revealing just how much one of these coins could fetch. Let's just say, it's a number you won't believe. Now, let's take a closer look at this fascinating coin. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar was issued to commemorate America's bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The U.S. Mint produced these special edition coins in 1975 and 1976 to honor the nation's rich history, and they quickly became a symbol of patriotism and pride. But what makes the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar stand out from the rest? First, the design. On the obverse, you'll find the famous profile of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, designed by sculptor Frank Gasparo. The reverse side features an entirely new design for this special edition coin, a stunning depiction of the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, symbolizing America's achievements and the success of its space program. This patriotic imagery immediately captured the hearts of collectors and became a key piece of American numismatic history. However, what makes this coin truly special isn't just its design, it's the rarity, uniqueness, and the hidden errors that can make this coin worth a fortune. While these coins were minted in large numbers, certain variations and minting errors make some of them highly desirable to collectors. Most people don't realize that even a small mistake during the minting process can cause a coin to jump in value. For example, some of these 1776 to 1976 coins were minted with unique characteristics. One of the most sought-after variants is the Type 1 and Type 2 reverse designs. The difference between the two lies in the way the inscriptions on the reverse side are positioned. The Type 1 version has a sharp, crisp detail with the word Liberty neatly aligned, while the Type 2 design has a slight shift in the alignment and lettering, which creates an unmistakable difference. These subtle variations make Type 1 coins much rarer and, consequently, more valuable to collectors, but that's not all. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved and remain in near-perfect, uncirculated condition are in incredibly high demand. A coin that has been carefully stored away, free from any wear or damage, is always worth more than one that has been circulated for years. Even small imperfections or scratches can cause a significant drop in value. In addition to these variations, there are also some rare minting errors that can turn a simple half-dollar into a small fortune. One of the most famous errors is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing certain details, like the date or lettering, to appear double. If you come across a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar with this error, hold on to it tightly. It could be worth a lot more than its face value. Now, let's talk about value. Many people believe that these coins are fairly common, so they might not be worth much more than their original value. However, that's far from the case for certain rare and high-grade specimens. If you have a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar in excellent condition, particularly if it has a minting error or one of the rarer variations, it could be worth a jaw-dropping $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000 for a single Kennedy half-dollar. That's how much a rare, uncirculated coin with a minting error or unique feature could potentially fetch. It's a reminder that sometimes, the coins that seem most common on the surface could hold incredible value if you know what to look for. So, if you have any of these coins lying around in your collection, make sure to examine them carefully. Look for those subtle design variations, inspect the condition, and check for any potential minting errors. You could be holding on to a small piece of American history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 2. we're diving into a fascinating and potentially valuable coin you might have tucked away in your collection, the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar. This coin, often overlooked by many, could be worth a lot more than you think. In fact, if you have one in excellent condition, it might just be the hidden treasure you've been searching for. Stick around until the end of the video, and we'll reveal just how much this Kennedy half-dollar could actually be worth. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 Kennedy half-dollar is part of a long-running series that features the profile of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. The design is simple yet iconic. On the obverse, you'll find Kennedy's face, forever immortalized in memory of his tragic assassination in 1963. On the reverse, the coin displays a familiar image of the presidential seal, which features an eagle with outstretched wings. While this design has been the hallmark of the series since the 1960s, it's the 1998 coin that stands out for certain collectors. Now, let's talk about the rarity of the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another run-of-the-mill issue from the US Mint, but when you dive into its history, things get much more interesting. The Kennedy half-dollar series was first released in 1964, and it went through various production years and design changes. But by the late 90s, the coin was becoming less commonly used in everyday circulation, especially as the US Mint moved to produce smaller denominations for daily transactions. By 1998, the demand for the Kennedy half-dollar had drastically dropped, leading to fewer coins being minted and fewer being seen in circulation. This is where the rarity factor comes in. While many of these coins were produced in large quantities, finding one in uncirculated or pristine condition is rare. These coins were often used in regular transactions, and many of them have visible wear and tear, making the uncirculated versions even more desirable. The condition of the coin directly impacts its value, and the better the quality, the higher the worth, but the rarity doesn't stop there. As with many collectible coins, errors and variations can make the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar even more valuable. Some of these coins exhibit minting errors, such as double strikes or misaligned dies. A double strike happens when the coin is struck twice during the minting process, causing the design to appear faint or doubled. Misaligned dies occur when the coin is not perfectly aligned during the strike, which results in off-center designs. Now, let's talk about a specific variant that can make this coin even more unique and valuable, the 1998 D Kennedy half-dollar with a high-quality strike. Some of these coins, especially those minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark, are known for their exceptional detail and luster, making them highly sought after by collectors. The sharper the detail, the higher the demand and value. Another thing to look out for is the coin's overall finish. If your coin has a high degree of mirror-like shine with minimal flaws or marks, it could be classified as proof-like. Proof-like coins, especially from years where fewer were produced, are incredibly valuable because they exhibit features similar to proof coins, which are specially made for collectors. These proof-like versions, due to their rarity, could attract top-dollar offers from the right buyer. So, what does all of this mean for the value of your 1998 Kennedy half-dollar? While many of these coins are still worth their face value of 50 cents, those that are in perfect, uncirculated condition or feature a rare minting error can fetch impressive prices. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much can a 1998 Kennedy half-dollar be worth if you have one in excellent condition or with a rare feature? Hold on to your seat because this coin could be worth as much as $46,000, yes, that's right, $46,000 for a single Kennedy half-dollar. If you happen to find one of these rarities, it could turn your small collection into a goldmine. So, make sure to check through your change or any old coin jars you might have lying around. You never know when you might stumble upon a coin that's worth thousands of dollars. Top 3, we've got a real gem to talk about, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. While it might seem like just another coin, there's so much more to this piece of American history than meets the eye. If you've ever wondered if your coin collection might hold something valuable, you might want to pay extra attention to this one. In fact, that 1983 Kennedy half-dollar you've been holding on to could be worth a lot more than its face value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much it could really be worth. So, let's start by looking at what makes the 1983 Kennedy half dollar stand out. On the surface, this coin may look just like any other Kennedy half dollar, with the iconic image of John F. Kennedy on the obverse side and the familiar presidential seal on the reverse. But don't be fooled by its standard appearance. There's a lot more going on with this coin than you might think. Let's talk about the history of the coin. By 1983, the Kennedy half dollar had been around for nearly 2 decades, ever since it replaced the Franklin half dollar in 1964. The coin was created to honor the late President John F. Kennedy, and over the years, it became a staple of U.S. currency. However, by the early 1980s, the demand for the Kennedy half dollar had dropped significantly. Coins were being minted in high numbers, but they were rarely seen in circulation because they were used less and less in everyday transactions. This brings us to the rarity of the 1983 Kennedy half dollar. While the coin was minted in fairly high numbers, over 3 million to be precise, finding one in uncirculated condition is actually quite rare. A lot of these coins were put into circulation, leading to significant wear and tear. If you happen to have one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, it can fetch a pretty impressive price. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A coin with minimal wear, perfect details, and great luster is something collectors highly covet. But here's the thing, the 1983 Kennedy half dollar, just like any other collectible coin, also has some quirks that can make it even more valuable. And that's where the errors and variations come in. Over the years, there have been several types of errors that can make the 1983 Kennedy half dollar worth far more than its face value. One of the most exciting types of errors that can make this coin extremely valuable is a double die error. Double die coins occur when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, creating a doubled image of certain elements, such as the date or lettering. If you come across a 1983 Kennedy half dollar with this kind of error, it could be worth significantly more than just a typical coin from that year. Error coins like these are highly sought after because they are unique and can't be replicated. Another potential error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, leading to the design being stamped in an off-center position. Off-center strikes are relatively rare and can make a coin much more interesting to collectors. If your 1983 Kennedy half dollar shows signs of an off-center strike, it's definitely something to hold on to, as it could boost the coin's value. And let's not forget about the importance of mint marks. While the 1983 Kennedy half dollar was produced in both Philadelphia and Denver, coins that come from the Denver Mint, marked with a D, tend to be more valuable to collectors, especially if they're in better condition. The difference in mintage numbers and the condition of these coins can play a big role in determining their value. So, after all of that, how much can your 1983 Kennedy half dollar be worth? While most of these coins might still only be worth 50 cents in regular condition, if you have one that's in mint or uncirculated condition, or if it has a rare error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth a lot more. In fact, some of the rarest and most well-preserved 1983 Kennedy half dollars have been known to fetch a staggering $54,000, yes, that's right, $54,000 for a single 1983 Kennedy half dollar. It may seem unbelievable, but for collectors and enthusiasts who are hunting for those rare and unique pieces, it's a reality. So, the next time you're digging through your coin collection or come across a Kennedy half dollar, be sure to take a good look at it. You might just have a coin worth thousands of dollars hiding in your hands. Top 4, we're bringing you an exciting discovery from the United States, a coin that holds both historical significance and impressive value, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar. When you think of iconic coins in U.S. history, the Kennedy half dollar is likely one of the first to come to mind. First minted in 1964, this coin has seen its fair share of changes and has become a staple in the collections of numismatists across the globe. However, it's the 1973 edition that stands out for certain reasons, not just for its design, but for its rarity and potential worth. So, let's explore what makes this coin so special, and more importantly, why it could be worth a lot more than you think. The Kennedy half dollar, designed by Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, was first introduced to honor the memory of President John F. Kennedy after his assassination in 1963. Initially struck in 90% silver, the Kennedy half-dollar has undergone several changes in its composition over the years. By 1971, the coin was transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition, which is what we see in the 1973 edition. While it may seem like a simple coin at first glance, it holds significant importance in the evolution of U.S. currency and has earned its place as a collector's favorite. But what makes the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar truly special? To answer that question, we need to talk about rarity and condition. While the United States Mint produced millions of these coins, the number of uncirculated examples that have survived the test of time is far fewer. As with most coins, those in near-perfect condition are highly coveted by collectors. The value of a coin like the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is directly tied to its condition. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated form, free from scratches, dents, and discoloration, are much rarer and can command significant prices. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar features the iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse side, with the familiar design by Gilroy Roberts. On the reverse, you'll find the eagle, a symbol of American strength and unity, designed by Frank Gasparro. The simplicity of the design combined with the historical context makes the Kennedy half-dollar a beloved coin among collectors. But it's not just the design or the historical significance that drives value, it's also the scarcity of high-quality examples. As we mentioned earlier, the number of uncirculated 1973 Kennedy half-dollars is limited. The vast majority of these coins were circulated and spent as regular currency during the 1970s. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or worn down due to heavy use. However, if you happen to come across a well-preserved, near-flawless 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, you could be holding on to a valuable piece of American numismatic history. But wait, there's more. Some 1973 Kennedy half-dollars were struck with unique characteristics, whether it's a slight minting error or a special variant that occurred during the production process. Coins with errors are particularly prized in the world of collecting, as they are seen as rare and unique specimens. These errors can come in many forms, such as double strikes, incorrect rim thickness, or even off-center designs. If you happen to stumble upon a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with a rare minting error, it could be worth a substantial amount more than the standard issue. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. While the average 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is not worth a huge amount, if you've got one in uncirculated or near pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. In fact, certain high-grade examples of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar can fetch up to an incredible $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000. Imagine stumbling upon a coin that was tucked away in a drawer or passed down through generations and realizing that it's worth that much. If you own a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, it's time to take a closer look. You might be holding on to a rare treasure that could bring in a handsome profit if you ever decide to sell or trade it. So, what should you do if you think you might have one of these valuable coins? First, carefully examine your coin. Look for signs of wear or damage that might affect its value. If your coin is in excellent condition and you believe it could be worth something special, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. A certified coin can be worth much more than one that's simply appraised by sight alone. In conclusion, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is much more than just a piece of currency, it's a collectible treasure with historical significance, beautiful design, and, most importantly, incredible potential value. If you own one of these coins in top condition, you may be holding onto a piece of American history worth a lot more than you ever imagined. So, the next time you dig through your coin collection or come across a Kennedy half-dollar, remember, it could be worth much more than its face value. Who knows? You might just be holding onto a rare coin worth as much as $45,000. Top 5, and last coin, we have something truly special to discuss. If you're a lover of rare and valuable coins, you'll want to stick around for this one because we're diving into the history, design, and potential value of the United States Kennedy half-dollar from 1971. This coin, which might seem ordinary at first glance, holds a treasure trove of value for those in the know. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this coin could be worth today. The Kennedy half-dollar is an iconic piece of American currency, and the 1971 edition marks an important chapter in its history. You may know the story of the coin's creation, but just in case you don't, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, just after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The U.S. Mint wanted to honor the late president's memory with a coin that would forever carry his image. Initially, the coin featured a portrait of Kennedy on the obverse and the U.S. Mint's eagle emblem on the reverse. The Kennedy half-dollar quickly became a symbol of remembrance and respect for a president who left an indelible mark on history. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar came after a significant shift in U.S. coinage. This was the year the Mint began striking the Kennedy half-dollar in a new composition. Up until this point, the coins were made with 90% silver. However, by 1971, the government had switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to the rising cost of silver. This change meant that the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, while still a part of the same iconic series, was composed of much less valuable metal. But here's where it gets interesting. Though the metal content may have changed, the true value of the coin lies in its rarity and condition today. Most of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollars produced were made in large quantities for circulation, which means finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is quite rare. Coins from this era were used heavily, as they were a standard part of everyday transactions. Because of this, most of these coins have suffered from wear and tear, making high-quality, well-preserved examples highly sought after by collectors. One of the most important factors when determining the value of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, free from scratches, dents, and other signs of wear, can fetch much higher prices than those that show signs of heavy circulation. A coin in near-perfect condition, often referred to as uncirculated, holds much more value than a typical circulated coin. These uncirculated coins, still bearing their original mint luster, are highly prized by collectors. Another thing that can significantly increase the value of a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is the presence of unique minting errors. Error coins, like those with off-center strikes or double dies, are incredibly rare and can make a regular coin worth much more than its face value. For example, if you come across a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with a noticeable minting error, you might just have a one-of-a-kind piece. These types of coins can be worth a substantial amount of money, depending on the severity of the error and the rarity of the coin in question. But what about the general value of a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar in decent condition? As of now, a typical coin from this year, in circulated condition, is generally worth its face value of 50 cents. But once you start looking at coins in excellent condition or those with rare errors, the value quickly increases. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are currently worth much more, and collectors are willing to pay a significant premium for these high-quality specimens. So, how much can a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar really be worth? If you manage to find one in exceptional condition, especially if it's uncirculated or has a rare minting error, brace yourself for a truly impressive value. In fact, certain examples of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar have been sold for as much as $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65,000 for a single coin. Imagine stumbling across one of these hidden treasures in your collection or finding one in a coin roll from your local bank. It's the kind of discovery that could completely change the trajectory of your coin collecting journey. Now, you may be wondering how you can determine if your 1971 Kennedy half-dollar could be worth such a large sum of money. First, inspect your coin carefully. Look for signs of damage or wear. If the coin looks like it's been through a lot of circulation, then its value is likely going to be closer to its face value. But if you find a coin that's been preserved well or is in near mint condition, you might have something that could turn into a valuable investment. Don't forget to check for any unique features or minting errors that could make it even rarer and more valuable. In conclusion, the 1971 Kennedy half dollar may have started life as a regular coin, but for those with an eye for detail and a love for rare finds, this coin could hold substantial value. Whether it's a coin in perfect condition or one with a rare minting error, the potential for a big payoff is real. So, next time you come across a 1971 Kennedy half dollar, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might just be holding a coin worth a small fortune, and with that, remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know what treasures are waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with the latest in rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.